welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island UK Season 12, Episodes 32 and 33.
We need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. I like this episode, Blair. You ready?
I'm ready.
Walk us through these episodes, please.
So, Emily is hurt to see Tommy coming back with Lucy. Tommy is very happy that he found a spark with Lucy. Chris, Martin, Yaz, and Rio were not picked. They ended up being dumped from the island. Rio did say Harry strikes again. There were kisses in bed, cuddles, and he also said that they were endgame.
Excuse me. Go home. Why do they even get a chance to talk, Maya?
Well, they got to get the tea out.
There is no tea. Okay. First of all, Tommy, I like how when Tommy came back with a woman, Toni gonna say, "Wow, Tommy, I ain't think you had it in you." What, balls? I got balls.
Okay.
Okay, like, keep going, Blair.
So Harry knows that he said endgame, but it's not because basically he was like, I only knew her for 3 days. So essentially Harry's like, yeah, I was just talking.
Yeah. I lied to you. Yes.
Emma said, okay, so then you were lying. Andrada says that Harry said that he didn't miss Helena. And Helena said, well, at some point in Casa, I said I didn't miss him either.
You trying to get me in trouble with my girl, and you don't understand. My girl is down for me. Okay, keep going.
Helena just isn't surprised with Harry's actions. Rio tells Helena she deserves more. And Harry says that he does what feels right in the moment and then deals with it after.
Yes.
Ben says what Lauren's been able to do in 2 days, you haven't been able to do in 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, sorry, Harrison said that. Even Maya thought that comment was unnecessary.
Okay.
Giorgio and Emily have been dumped from the island as well because they are single.
Well, Emily, I'm sorry you had to, go home with all the Casa Amor girls. You should have explored. You get what I'm saying?
She was too comfortable.
I really don't understand. I was laughing at the narrator because the narrator said basically, Giorgio, only thing you had to do was literally pick a girl and you would have been safe.
Exactly.
So basically, Giorgio forfeited his right. Because he knew that Yasmin was going to have a guy and things like that. So for him to actually come back and have nobody, that was his way of saying, you know what, I'm done with this experiment. And guess what? We're done with you too, Giorgio. What is your thoughts on this scene, though?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty spicy fire pit scene.
Yeah.
I thought Harrison, I feel like his digs to Toni are really unnecessary.
Very.
And mean. I don't know why he's trying to get at her. Maybe she makes him feel small because she does call him, a kitty cat and, all that different type of stuff and says how he's not a man. And, she can go in. So I think that Harrison is probably trying to get back at her. And look, Helena and Harry, they get each other.
Yes.
And they move the same way, essentially. So I feel like when it comes to them, you're not going to be able to tell Helena anything about Harry because she knows what's up with this and she's cool with it.
Yeah. Emma, why are you talking? You're my ex. Shut up. You came on the show for what? For me? Because I don't want you no more. See, that's one thing I did not like about this scene right here is that, Emma, you don't need to be the lie detector test on if I'm lying or things like that. Listen here, I lied to the new girl. I did not lie to Helena. You see, I came back by myself and things like that. And don't tell my girl she deserves better. No, she don't. She deserves me, okay? It is what it is.
So Meg and Dejon have a talk.
Yeah.
They did miss each other.
Yeah.
Harry tells Helena that he found Emma more attractive than her.
Yeah.
He did say that. Helena knew he wouldn't get back with his ex. She felt like they broke up for a reason. Harry fills her in on everything that happened in Casa, him sleeping in the day bed the first day and then him sleeping in bed with Rio. Rio is a grown woman and that's why he said endgame with her.
Now, in this scene right here, we seen Harry literally tell Helena everything that he did and said in Casa Amor, right? In a relationship, Blair, just give me one. What is one thing that you look forward to, let's say from me as your husband and things of that nature?
Loyalty, right?
I would say, hey, Harry was loyal to not only himself, but to Helena because, number one, I did not bring back the other girl, right? And truth be told, if y'all like it or not, I understand some people said in the comments, well, one person, I'm not going to put on people, a person said, hey, because you are supporting Harry and Helena, I cannot watch this channel.
I actually don't support them.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Right? So so I guess they said, you know what, since it takes two, Blair, you have to pay the penalty fine too of me leaving because I cannot support Harry and Helena. Well, guess what? I support Harry and Helena because you know why? Out of every couple on this show, who is the only real couple? Harry and Helena. You may not like it, but they are the only real couple. Who do you support? Emma and Conor? The girl that keep talking about me when she's in a whole different couple with Conor? Meg and Dejon? When Meg want to be miserable? You see Meg's sign. Mm-hmm. Like, who else do you support if it's not Harry and Helena? Please give me another couple. Or are y'all just going to wait until we get later on in the season? The season's about to be over to actually support a couple. This is who we got. We got to deal with it, Blair.
Yeah, and I guess for me, I think Helena is fine being the good time girl.
Of course.
I think that Harry is, like he said, he's able to do whatever he wants to do and gets away with everything. And I don't think he has any loyalty to Helena. All his loyalty is to himself.
Yes.
And whatever he feels in the moment. And if Helena is going to ride with that and be okay with that, then what am I supposed to say?
That's true.
So we go to Andrade and Meg. Andrade said that she had a connection with Dejon, but they didn't have enough time to get to know each other. She says that he said he liked me because I had head and a soft side, basically smarts and, a soft side. And they connect over personality, not just sex. And that sent Meg into a tailspin.
Why, Meg? You see, this my problem. While y'all got a problem with me for liking Harry and Helena, I got a problem with y'all liking Meg and Dejon. Because whole time we see him sleeping on the day beds. Whole time he was exploring. I understand that no one is closed off before Casa and things of that nature, but the relationship was tested. And at the end of the day, Dejon came back by himself. Now, what's the difference between these two, which I find very interesting? Harry went to Helena and told her everything that happened. Because you know why? Since we're in a relationship, since we're in a couple, yes, you deserve better, but who cares, right? I'm going to tell you everything because you know why? You my fun time girl, you're my down chick, right? But Meg got to go be like a parent and basically go and get the report of what did Dejon do. And instead of actually going to fact check, and instead of actually going to talk to Dejon like a equal partner in a relationship, she begins to basically be like, oh, Dejon, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. And then she's in a tailspin. It's like, I can't take it. I know y'all may find that entertaining. I don't find that entertaining at all.
Yeah. So Tony's talking to Harrison, and she told him, we all expected this of you. She's happy with her choice with Cash, and she didn't choose Cash because she knew Harrison would choose someone else. She did it for herself. Harrison asked if she thinks Lauren is a good girl, and Tony tells him, I don't know that girl.
That's true.
She tells him to stop licking his lips because he's trying to be flirtatious with her, and he's happy that she's still here. She tells him, well, you won't be the reason that I go home. He asks her if she missed him. She tells him to pretty much F off, stop asking me if I missed you, and stop flirting with me.
Are you tired of the Harrison and Toni flirting thing yet, Blair?
I'm not necessarily tired of it because I don't think that it's flirting back and forth. I think that Harrison is constantly trying to test his limits with Toni. And even though like he straight up dogged her at the fire pit, he wants to see how he can maneuver with her still in the house. And I'm glad that the thing with Toni is like she acts like she stands on business and then she folds at the end of it. So I really don't know if Toni is for real standing on business, but I hope that she is because Harrison is playing with her.
But we know that she's not. We have the notes.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? She's not standing on business. The nickname for Toni that I give her is a door. Right? What do you mean she's a door? Hey, I can walk in and out. And Toni made herself very accessible to Harrison to where she basically says, stop licking your lips because she want to lick my lips because she want to be the one that want to kiss me and stuff like that. So like, I understand that, hey, you're not going to be the reason I go home, Harrison, because I'm going to pick this person because I know what type of guy you're going to be. But at the end of the day, you're still talking to Harrison. You still make yourself accessible to Harrison. But yet you want to talk all big and bad when you and Shakira over there sunbathing. No, stand on business or just get with Harrison. Get in line. Guess what? Helena and Harry got in line with each other. They lied to each other. At least Harry lied to her and things like that. And guess what? At the end of the day, he gets into bed with her. Except Harrison lies. Except Harrison, the person that he is, because obviously you like him. I mean, it is what it is. So
Helena, Meg, Andrade, and Lauren are chatting. Yeah. Helena knew Harry would tell the truth, and they connect with each other because they're the same.
Yeah.
I'm just going to listen to Helena from here on out. She said they're the same. That's fine. They're not my winners, but, they can have each other.
Okay.
Andrade said that he was kissing in bed with Rio. She thought that he was actually going to pick Rio. Helena says that, he can't go around kissing girls. He's finished with that, talking about Harry.
Yeah, because we're back from Costa. And if you thought that I was going to pick Rhea or Rio, whatever her name is, then obviously you don't know me. You get what I'm saying?
Meg tells Dejon that Andrada told her that she still wants to get to know him and they didn't just have sexual conversations. Dejon said, well, I didn't tell you they were sexual. What I said is that we had flirty conversations. He has a good connection with Andrada. They do get along. He finds her attractive. They had some deeper chats and he's open to getting to know her in the main villa. Meg asks, so what's going to happen from here then? And Dejon tells her he doesn't know, but he didn't recouple with her when he could have.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was common sense.
But the thing is, I will give Meg this piece. If you're going to come back from Casa choosing your partner, then it would seem that you've made your decision on who you would prefer. And so that's why I'm not a huge fan of their continuing to be love triangles with the Casa person once you've made your choice back in the main villa. Because the thing is, if Ben didn't pick her up, then she would have gone home and she wouldn't have been there. So I don't think that Dejon should have continued this connection with her at this point. But because she's here and they're open, he can choose whatever he wants to do. And, Meg can kick rocks, I guess. I mean, like, what... She wants him to be exclusive to her, and she tries to set all these boundaries around him, essentially, so he doesn't explore. But he's going to do what he wants to do, and she's just going to be miserable in the process. I don't see why she can't focus on her own experience and trying to make the best of it. It's like she's like a parent running behind a toddler. Like, it's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. How do you say her name again?
Andrada,
right? Andrada, in my opinion, when she was basically giving Meg the 411, I only saw that as the 411. I didn't see that as a, hey, we are going to continue to explore. I understand that she came back in the villa through Ben and things like that, but she needs to focus on her own relationship and things like that. I think the only reason why it may seem that way in this situation is because Meg want to know exactly what happened, piece by piece, conversation by conversation. So it makes it seem worse than what it is. If it was actually worse than what it is, they would have been coupled up. So I don't even understand why Meg is putting herself in a tailspin, because guess what? You can talk about, oh, well, you said you had interest in her. Yeah, but I didn't choose her. Oh, well, y'all had conversation. Yes, that's what we did. Like, I really don't understand why she allows herself. Well, actually I do, because she's self-centered. But like, I don't understand in this point or in this position why Dejon will allow himself to be in this type of relationship. He literally did not do anything. He just got back. I thought me coming back single was enough, but you actually wanting to know what happened, what every conversation and things like that, you making it worse for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, me coming back is the result after all those conversations. So you should look at it as, oh, okay, he had these conversations. Okay, he was flirting with these girls. Okay, he may be having the sexual chemistry and things like that, but he still chose me. She don't think of it that way. She thinks of it as, you was in the bed with this girl. You was doing things like this. Already put herself in the tailspin where if she was just to have a conversation with him as a respectable human being, because she don't respect him as a man or human being, right? But guess what? I ain't gonna feel bad for him.
Yeah, he is her property,
exactly.
Essentially.
But guess what? I ain't gonna feel bad for him because he don't love himself or his mama, right? If she would have just had a responsible and respectable conversation, she would learn that he slept in the daybed and never slept with her. Like, so, like, that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna back Meg up on that. She gets no bail out of jail for that.
So Harry tells Helena he wasn't feeling up the other girl after Helena questions him about that, and they end up kissing. I guess that's all that Helena needed to know.
Listen here,
the thing is, like, he was kissing the girl, so I'm sure he was moving his hand somewhere.
Okay.
He wasn't kissing her like this.
No, but no. It's different. Don't do that, Blair. Me touching is part of kissing. So when I say kissing, right, that means just include touching on there. You get what I'm saying? But if I were just touching without kissing, that's different. You get what I'm saying? Harry wasn't doing that, right? Our couple, or rather my couple, I'm not going to speak for you. My couple for the season wasn't doing that. What he was doing was experiencing Casa.
He was kissing like this.
Okay. No, he was using his hands. There's nothing wrong with using your hands while kissing. It's using your hands and not kissing is the problem.
So it's bedtime. Harry's telling Harrison that he gets away with everything. And someday, Harrison will get to his level.
Listen here. Harrison is looking at Harry and say, how did you get away with this? Mm-hmm. He said, get away with what? Mm-hmm. He said, once you get to my level. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing, Harrison. You are a boy, right? You're the one that go tell one person one thing and then another person another thing and then get caught up and then get yelled at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Harry, at the end of the day, he knows what type of girl he's with. He's with Helena. She has no problem with it. So when I go and recap my time in Casa, it's like she's like having a good time hearing the stories too. What do you want from me? Sorry.
So it's the next day. Tony's upset. Harrison's acting like this is a game. Mm-hmm. She's at the terrace talking to Shakira and watching Harrison in the pool hugged up with Lauren. Shakira says that he wants you pining over him and he also wants to flaunt Lauren in front of you. If you look back, he treated you badly. So what did you really even lose?
Excuse me. I'm not flaunting. I'm in a couple with Lauren.
Shakira's making too much sense. Tony's just not hearing it.
Tony, where's your guy? When you brought a guy back to the villa, that's not more time for you to hang out with Shakira.
Yeah, you should be hanging with Cash.
Find Cachet, whatever his name is, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you over here looking at Harrison. Harrison ain't looking for you. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, she's not standing on business.
So Emma ends up pulling Helena, and Emma tells her that she did not come in here for Harry. Okay. She also doesn't agree with how Helena's carried herself, sneaking off behind Shakira's back to go to the hideaway. And Helena says, well, it was his idea. You know that I've been, basically taking ish from everybody for Harry's actions. Mm-hmm. Emma asks why she's tolerating this because Harry's not worth it. Yeah. And Helena is aware of Harry's behavior. She'll couple up with Harry, who she feels strongly for, and if it doesn't work out, that's fine. Yeah. Helena thinks that Emma came in moving weird, pulling her to tell her that basically she's a doormat.
What is your thoughts on this?
Emma didn't say anything wrong, but Emma also didn't need to involve herself. I will say as a viewer, I enjoyed watching this conversation because I did want to see what it would be like for Harry's old girl and new girl to have a conversation. Yeah. But I think that Emma, all she's speaking is facts, and Helena, being that she's a grown woman and can make her own choices, she's going to move how she wants to. I, however, don't like the fact that Helena just puts everything on Harry as, oh, the hideaway was his idea, or he pulled me here, and all this type of stuff. You're an active participant in what goes on in your situation with Harry. And
you touched my foot. I saw you.
And I don't agree with Helena not having any type of ownership on the way that she's been moving. I don't know. It feels really immature to me. So.
I think it's immature for Emma to pull Helena and to be like, how dare you to be moving the way you're moving? Emma, who are you? You ain't nobody, teacher, parent, anything like that. You ain't nobody, Lord, to be telling me how I've been moving and how disrespectful. Emma, if you're here not for me, as in I'm Harry, then don't talk about me. You are here for a whole nother person and things of that nature. When Harry said, listen here, I'm not really trying to get back with her, but she's here for me. I don't know why she's here. Emma, you're starting to make me believe Harry here. Because there was no reason, right? For one, you don't have to choose to be friends with this girl, right? It's not like y'all sharing bikinis and things of that nature. You could just be high and by. But you over here trying to have a conversation. I understand how TV works. But you having a conversation on some how dare you move the way you're moving. Like, no. Like, I'm the scum of the earth. I'm going to be with the other part of the scum of the earth. They deserve each other. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why people just don't understand that, like you don't want someone who's the scum of the earth, I'm just using that as an analogy, to be with someone who's pure and nice and things like that can corrupt them. Let them be together. Mm-hmm. Let them be the gum on the bottom of your shoe and things like that. Emma, this doesn't concern you. Go talk to Conor.
And she goes to talk to Conor, and she feels like tensions are high after last night. And Conor says, honestly, tensions aren't high on Harry's end. He's not saying anything about you. He's really not acting any type of way. Conor didn't want this Harry thing to be dominating the situation with Emma, and it is, and he's not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it either, Conor. And guess what? Conor got every right to feel what he feels. Every right.
So Andrade pulls Dejon, and she's kind of walking him towards the hideaway, but he ends up telling her no, redirects her to the fire pit in front of everybody so Meg can see what's going on. And he says that he's still open, willing to get to know her. They have some flirty banter about finding each other sexy, and essentially that's the end of the conversation. Meg pulls Dejon to the terrace. She asks what his chat with Andrade was just about. The man didn't even get a chance to sit down for a good 5 seconds.
No.
She can't keep watching him going on with her. What's stopping him from closing things off? He's flirting in her face, and he needs to decide today, and she's not going to be in a triangle. Dejon tells her they'll continue the conversation later because they're talking in circles. Then Harry ends up consoling Meg, and he thinks that Dejon might just be afraid of commitment.
Well, what is your thoughts on this trash right here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Meg likes being miserable. Like, you want to sit up and watch him like a hawk. Then you got to grab him to have this conversation to essentially pressure him into being closed off. Like, let the man choose you. And if he's not willing to choose you based off his own volition, then it's fake. Yeah. It's just not going to be real. You forced his hand.
Yeah, you over there listening like a hawk, like, oh, did she say hideaway? So what if she said hideaway? Did Dejon go to the hideaway, Blair?
No.
So what are you mad at? like that's why I'm like, this is frustrating to watch. Literally, this season of UK is not bad at all, but the only sour point of this whole season so far is Meg and Dejon. Literally, and I blame Dejon for choosing this girl all the time. He keeps saying my Meg, and now she want to feel like she's in control by giving him an ultimatum. First of all, the new girl pulling me for a check, trying to go to the hideaway, talking about she never been there, and basically Dejon is basically explaining to her like, hey, the way the hideaway works is two people who are not a couple only can go there and things like that. And she's like, well, let's go. First of all, let's start with this. I did not choose you. You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, Ben brought you back. We don't need to go to the hideaway. And
but the thing is, he's letting it be known he's still open to get to know her.
I understand. I think to this point, I agree with your sentiment earlier, a few segments ago, where basically like he's like willingly putting himself in a love triangle. But in my head, I'm like, he can still be open, but still not choose you. Like, my thing is, everybody want to talk about Helena's respect, like, think highly of yourself. He already didn't choose you already, so why are you giving him an opportunity to not choose you again? Why are you putting yourself in a triangle with him, pulling him for checks, trying to go to hideaway, when he had a chance to choose you on Casa, at Casa, and he didn't? So, like, that's why I'm like, where's your self-respect? But, I digress.
So Dejon ends up pulling her. This is at nighttime, Andrade, and tells her, look, I'm not going to explore anything with you anymore. His main focus is Meg. Because Meg told him you need to make a decision today.
But also, that is true. But I also don't, I honestly think that he just didn't like her like that. I think he made I don't
think he likes anybody like that, including Meg.
Well, that's fair.
Andrade thinks that his decision was based on Meg being in his ear and down his back and down his throat.
Yeah, basically his body. Yeah,
exactly. Helena knows that Harry was disrespectful. Kissing in bed was a bit much. Harry said that he wanted to be able to be himself and not be upset that he didn't get to fully explore. Yeah. Hopefully he won't get to that point with anyone else because he's totally interested in Helena. Okay. Harry says that he'll keep talking to people, but he won't kiss them in bed, and he is focused on Helena. Honestly, we can't be too sure. Like Harry says, he says what he feels in the moment, he deals with it after, and then he does whatever he wants in the moment again. So you never really know what decisions Harry's going to make in a certain moment.
Like a real man. He just take accountability for whatever he does in the moment. Okay.
Dejon and Megan have a talk, and he tells her that he can see himself falling in love with her. Yeah. He loves that she's understanding and patient.
He's lying.
Who is he talking to? She's beautiful on the inside and the outside. Again,
who is he talking
to? Not the lady sitting in front of him.
Can be.
He doesn't want anyone else, and he wants to close things off. Now, we see Harry and Helena, they're kind of chatting and saying how they don't see the spark between Dejon and Meg. Meg tells Dejon that he's giving these women something for them to want to continue to flirt with him. What? And why does she deserve him coming back just to get to know another girl?
I didn't bring up
Meg appreciates he wants to close things off, but she's fed up. You only want to close things off because I had to come to speak to you today. And Dejon tells her, okay, I guess we're going to have to leave the conversation here because we're going in circles.
What is your thoughts on this crap right here?
Yeah, I thought this is what you wanted, Meg. You wanted to force this man's hand to ask you to close off, and he did it. and you're still upset. That's why I say she loves being miserable. Like this is her jam. Okay, this is her stilo. And I'm not gonna stand in the way of it. Have your way.
But yet y'all want me to not like Harry and Helena. Who else do I have to like? Like that's all I'm saying. Out of all the couples on the show, who else do I have to like? Do I have to wait for more bombshells to come in there like the end of the season? This is our cast, y'all. And I refuse to be a fan of Meg and Dejon and things of that nature. Whole time she gave him an ultimatum. Of course, he's a sucker, and suckers get licked and things of that nature. He basically said, you know what, I'm closed off with you, and she still won't accept it because she's talking about I had to do this, I had to do that. No, you did not have to do anything. You chose to do it, and now you made yourself upset. But it is what it is.
So we move on to episode 33.
Yeah.
Harrison tells Lauren that she has nothing to worry about when it comes to Toni. Lauren and Harrison know that Toni is upset about the situation.
Yeah.
Dejon tells Harry and Helena that he asked Meg to close things off, but now she's angry. And Helena's and the thing is, Dejon is laughing, kind of making light of the conversation. It's just like, what am I supposed to do? And Helena just kind of joins him in his laughter and says, honestly, you can't win. Her reactions kind of are becoming a problem.
Keep that in mind, guys. Let's keep going.
Now, Lauren is talking to Andrada and saying how she's happy with Harrison. She has to trust what Harrison is saying is true regarding the Toni situation. And Andrada tells her pretty much, don't be a dummy. Pay attention because the guys in here will say anything.
Andrada, where's your man at? Where's Ben at?
Shakira is talking to Harrison and pretty much holding him accountable and is saying, you want to try to leave the door open for Toni, and if you're with Lauren, then you need to be with Lauren and leave Toni alone. Shakira tells him that Toni's upset. By the way, Toni did not want Shakira to have this conversation with Harrison. And Harrison says, you know what? She's in a couple, so what is her issue? Shakira's point is that you don't have to basically poop on everything that you had with Toni. Then he has a conversation that basically saying that, things with Toni was different than how they actually were. And Lauren asks him, okay, so what was said? Harrison says that, he said what he needed to, and that's about it. Lauren is trying to figure out if there are some lies going on, and Shakira and Harrison aren't trying to fill Lauren in on anything.
Do we remember the person that Shakira's with?
I don't.
That's the problem. I would say she's in a couple with Toni.
Oh, Ty. Yeah, she's with Ty.
Here's the thing about it. Be with Ty. Okay? First of all, how are you going to go to my op? How are you going to go to my enemy? Give them the secret conversation we had. Basically letting him know that I'm still into him.
Yeah.
But then talking about you need to treat her better. After you told me that forget about him, he's not worth you. Shakira, listen here, I understand, and truth be told, I agree with her, that, when you was with Ben, you was criticizing his, intellectual capacity. Now I'm questioning your intellectual capacity because at the end of the day, Harrison did not needed that speech from you and things like that. You don't need to be no one's basically moral compass and things like that to where you're like, oh, treat her right, do this. I understand you called it standing up for your girl, but really you made it look worse and actually put her basically in line sight of me to treat her any type of way, knowing that I got her on my hook. Go talk to your man. You get what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, like, with this season, I just feel like there's so much going on with the drama between the different couples that I feel like people aren't focusing enough on growing their love connections. Yeah. So it's bedtime. Emma feels like Conor isn't giving her anything.
Yeah.
Harrison is walking up behind Toni in the bathroom, poking at her, messing with her. Dejon tells Meg that Helena said that he can't win, basically bringing it back to her that Helena was talking mess about you and how you handle things. Now Meg is mad at Helena.
You see what I mean? Do you see why I say you don't love yourself, Dejon?
And honestly, this is why you don't make comments and stay out of people's relationships, because once they get good, they're going to come back at your neck. So
yeah, exactly. And whole time, I did not even say that in slight of Meg, really. I just said it for the situation. I said that isolated from the actual personal people that was in it. So you go act like we best friends and we all chilling around. We like supposed to be a foursome. But now that I actually have an opinion about your foolery, now all of a sudden you whispering to Meg after she quote unquote turned you down after the ultimatum she gave you, but yet you want to report back to mommy. I refuse to support that.
So it's the next day. Emma asks Helena if Harry made his famous omelet for her yet.
Stop right there. what's wrong with this girl? Y'all can't make me hate Harry this season. I'm sorry. I hate everybody else on the show except for Helena and Harry. I'm sorry.
So we move on to Ben and Andrade. Ben likes how they're keeping things more PG, spending some quality time together. I don't think Ben likes that.
Yeah.
I think that Ben said that so that way she could know, like, hey, we're not really kissing. We're not doing the things that we want to do, because Ben just can't be straightforward.
That's facts.
He can be straightforward when he is tearing a woman apart, but not when he's expressing that he wants something out of the situation.
Hey, listen here. You ain't wrong when you're right, Blair.
Dejon and Meg are on better terms today, and he asks how she's feeling about Helena. And the thing is, I think this was a little bit of trickery too. Let's move Meg's anger from me to Helena.
Oh yeah.
So that way we can be in a better spot.
But the thing about it is Helena don't care.
So he asks how she's feeling about Helena. Meg is confused because he tells her one thing, and I honestly don't know. Somebody tells her something else.
Yeah.
So Meg says that Helena was egging her on to try to get to know the other guys in Casa. And Dejon said, as long as we're strong, that's the only thing that matters. And Meg won't talk to any of the other girls about their situation anymore. She will talk to Dejon first. Perfect. So now he can lie to you.
Yeah. Or maybe like you be in a real relationship, but I hear you.
He asks her if they need to address Helena, and Meg says, we'll just watch.
Watch what?
I guess how she moves. I don't know.
Okay.
Toni is talking to Lauren. Toni knew that Harrison would come back with somebody else, and she tells her, girl, I'm not upset with you. It's the men. Lauren doesn't want to upset anyone, and they end up hugging it out. So Dejon is going to the terrace and asks Conor to bring Meg to the terrace. He asks her to close off again, and she says yes this time.
Oh, okay. I guess second time a charm.
So they get a text, and it's movie night.
Nice.
First clip we see is when Harry meets Helena, Shakira, Yasmin, and Rio. So we get Harry saying that we'd have incredible sex to Helena, him touching and making out with Rio, saying, I get away with everything, talking to Harrison, and also saying that Dejon and Meg don't have a spark, and wondering if this is a game plan for them. Meg thinks what Helena said was crazy.
What?
Andrade said maybe you should open your eyes a bit if it's coming from your best friend, talking to Meg.
Andrade, please, talk to Ben.
Harry says that when Dejon is around other people, he is more happy and jokey, and he's more mellow with Meg. Dejon says no one can tell him who he has a spark for. He has one with Meg.
There's something that he said that I actually agree with Harry, right? He said that it's kind of weird. I'm paraphrasing. He said it's kind of weird. He said when he's away from Meg, he's like for Meg more. And I'm like, that's facts though. It seems like all the times that Meg should get mad is if she was there on the dates or if she was there in Casa. She's not there, obviously, right? But when he comes back and he chooses her, that's when she's get more mad at him for even showing the girls that, you know what, obviously you showing them something because they keep picking you. And I'm just like, no, you're missing the fact that I'm choosing you. That's the thing that's weird. And I think that's the best way Harry could put it. He's like, listen here, when we was in Casa, even though he was talking to other girls, he was more for Meg than we seen him when he's with Meg. So I'm like, hey, listen here. They just want to be mad at somebody else. It makes no sense.
Helena thinks that Harry was just talking trash and whatever she saw.
Yeah.
So she dismisses it.
Of course.
Emma says, honestly, if he's going to cheat on his girlfriend, he will snake anyone. Friends, family, everybody.
Okay.
Meg says that Helena is telling them two different things, telling Meg that, I'm all for you, girl power. When it comes to Dejon, she's over here talking about how Meg is tripping. And honestly, I don't... Is she kind of telling the people that she's in front of what they want to hear? Yes. But I don't think it's to the point where y'all should be upset with her. I mean, y'all are bringing a lot of drama to her when y'all really should fix y'all situation.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
First of all, what they're trying to do with Helena is they can't believe someone like Helena is accepting the way that Harry is moving. Right? That's why Emma always got her 2 cents. I haven't seen her look, kiss Conor way at all, right? So she's over there talking about some Harry gonna snake whoever he needs to. Well, guess what? I'm a snake too. That's the thing that they are missing out. They looking at Helena like, how dare you accept this? And she's like, why? Like, I'm the scum too. Like, this is my person. So that's really what that is about and things like that.
So we get to Toni's portion, and the main thing that stood out was her crying watching Lauren and Harrison. And she made a point to say, well, I didn't want him to know, but I guess he knows now.
Well,
he knew when Shakira told him.
Yeah, maybe you should see the clips of Shakira telling him, yep.
So Harrison is asking Toni where she stands, and Toni tells him, honestly, I made my decision when it came to Casa to choose Cash, and she's confused by how Harrison's been acting towards her.
Why?
Harrison is talking about, I stayed out of your way. Cash can tell that she cared about him, so he's not upset that she still has some lingering feelings. Yeah. So Harrison, so Lauren asks, what do you mean by how he's acting with you? And Yasmin pipes up, basically saying, he says stuff behind their back. Shakira asked Lauren what he did and what did he say, and Toni said, honestly, we don't owe you anything. You need to be asking Harrison, and he needs to be the one answering these questions. And honestly, that's true. I wish that they would tell her kind of how Harrison has been flirting and moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so that Lauren can have the information. But yeah, Harrison is actually being really annoying because he's like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're lying. So.
Well, here's the thing about Love Island is supposed to be a depiction of how society is or like society or where like you live and things like that. So we see the social experiment, and now like Toni knows how Harrison is moving. She's not confused by it. Don't let her lie to us, right? Because he moved the exact same way when he was like in Helena, meaning like he talked one way with you and talk another way with somebody else. So don't tell me you don't know how he's moving. That's exactly why you brought Cachet or Cash back to the island. So don't tell me you don't know how he's moving. Now the social experiment turned into, now Toni wants to be the girl that Harrison chooses. And things like that. Now that he brought Lauren back, now she's accepting the little flirtatious thing because in her mind, she's like, oh, now I'm in a competition with Lauren. And if I get to get him to basically leave Lauren, then obviously, like, I win this fake prize. There's no fake prize because you already know the end result of being with Harrison. You was with him. And he was moving the way he's moving now with Lauren. So I listen, she's not standing on business and she don't represent America for me.
So the main thing with Harrison's clip is when he was telling Lauren she's the best kisser. He also told Helena she was the best kisser at one point. Him asking Toni if she missed him.
Yeah.
And Lauren doesn't get why he needed to ask Toni that. Toni says, if you felt all those ways about me basically coming down on me, then why didn't you leave when I broke things off the first time? Yeah. And he said, because he liked her. And Toni said, past tense? Harrison said that he still has feelings for Toni and they haven't completely switched off. And Toni thinks he's a BSer and he lies to everyone.
Yeah, and you know more than anyone, Toni. So I expect you to move differently.
So Dejon, the main things with him were basically telling Andrade that she was his favorite bombshell, calling her baby girl. Apparently he said that with Meg as well. Okay. And Meg asked him, so you over here telling girls that, you guys look good together. You also called me baby girl too. And Dejon tells her, well, that was before we're closed off. And so Meg asked, was he very, very open? Okay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what tricks and things that she's trying to do in her head. Open is open. Yeah. Andrade said that he was open, and she tells Dejon to own what he's done. Andrade was having flirty banter with him. And Ben says, was her gameplay to get to know Dejon, and now you're not happy because you're not able to? And Andrade was like, I can get to know whoever I want to. And I think with Andrade, this is the point where I'm kind of like, well, you told Ben that if he were to choose you, that he would be your main focus, essentially, because you're not getting back in the villa to get with Dejon. Yeah. And now she's saying that she can do whatever she wants to do. She absolutely can, but you're not a woman of your word like you said you were.
Yeah, so, you're a liar. And guess what? You get to do whatever you get to do. And guess what? We get to do whatever we want to do, and we gonna vote you off because we've been trying to get Ben out of here anyway. Yeah. So guess what? We go get a 2-for-1.
So we see Shakira talking about how Helena can F off, telling Harry to shag his good time girl, and she can take the bikini off, the stupid B, and Helena going after Ty. Helena says that Shakira is giving mean girl energy, and Shakira says, honestly, Helena, you hurt me several times, and I was upset.
That's fair.
Meg doesn't think that Shakira should put a girl down for what she wears, and Shakira intended it to be nasty, and also she's wearing my clothes. So what are you talking about?
That is true.
Helena's not going to sit around and cry because she knows what Harry is doing.
I find it funny that, hey, to like your point, hey, you shouldn't put a woman down in what she's wearing. Oh my goodness, how dare you? It's my bikini.
Yes.
It's literally
and it doesn't fit her.
It doesn't fit her. Here's the thing about it. I think on the clips, if you look at it one side, it looks like Shakira just be gossiping and things like that. And truth be told, she do gossip a lot. But all the gossips that she does about Helena are literally reactions to what's being done to her. Bikinis being stolen from her, Harry being stolen from her twice.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go so far and say that she's mean girl energy in that way, especially when things are being done to her and she's expressing it to her best friend.
Then we see Billy Kiss, but really Billy Kiss's segment was more about Dejon.
Yeah.
And it was about him wanting to get to know Billy Kiss, him rating her 10 out of 10, saying how she could be good trouble. And basically we do see a clip of Dejon telling Meg that he was her priority, but not telling Billy Kiss.
Yeah.
And Meg was saying, okay, but you never told Billy Kiss that I was your priority. And Dejon tells her it's old news now.
Yes, it is. Oh, we closed off now. Hush.
So Helena, we basically get her talking trash about some of the girls, calling Shakira boring. And Helena said that the getting away with the comment was pretty crazy by Harry saying that.
Yeah.
And Meg says, honestly, that's what we've been trying to tell you the whole time. You just kind of let stuff happen to you. Toni said that Dejon and Harry just back each other's behavior. And Helena says that they want to couple up with each other, including Harrison. Meg, we get her talking about the girls, interrupting his chat with Melisha. Dejon made a comment about Meg breathing down his neck. And Meg said that, honestly, I let you do your thing. And Dejon says that is not true.
Yeah, don't lie.
Toni said that Meg is breathing down your neck comment during one of the challenges. And she was upset by him saying that because during the challenge, he was saying that Meg doesn't breathe down his neck.
Yeah, Dejon, stop lying.
And Shakira also is coming at Meg saying, you also talk bad about the girls. You're over here saying that we're making mean girl comments, but we all talk trash. And Meg wants to act like her comments don't constitute as mean girl comments. And Shakira is telling her not to act all innocent.
Facts. You are a mean girl. You are the mean girl of the show.
Yeah.
What is it? Is there anything else?
That's it.
Listen here. There's one part where she was basically talking to Shakira, not Shakira, Meg was talking to Helena, basically telling her, stop laughing. Like, basically, like, when you laugh, it gives off as if you don't care, and it's hard to defend you. I don't need you to defend me. Defend your child. And things like that. So based off of every couple that we seen, Blair, off of these 2 episodes, who is the couple you're rooting for?
I'm not rooting for any couples.
Wow.
Maybe Billy Kiss and Boris.
Wow.
We didn't even get to see them this episode.
I forgot.
But I can't get behind Harry and Helena. They're snakes. And I don't support their love story because it's not real love. It's lust.
Have you ever pet a snake before?
I have.
So you don't have nothing against snakes.
Okay.
What's the problem?
But I will say movie night was explosive.
Yeah.
I did enjoy everything being put out in the open. But honestly, these people are so stubborn. They're not going to make any changes in the way they move or the people that they're connecting with because they are stubborn.
You're right. Anything else?
That's all I got.
We need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see y'all.
Bye.